Hello everyone. So in class we covered French Revolution as a review up to 1791. We left off talking about revolution on the island of Saint Dominique. And your analysis question is this: provide two ideas that the French Revolution represented that the slaves revolting on the island of Saint Dominique could use to justify their actions in rebellion against their French colonial masters. So your topic sentence should answer the question and provide the two ideas, such as maybe liberty or something like that. And then you need to expand on that. So your first idea, expand through evidence and then analyze that, relate it back to your topic sentence. Second idea, expand and then relate it in the analysis back to your topic sentence. So that's the only question that needs to be done. You're going to turn that in as part of your quiz. That'll be part of the quiz grade. So you're going to have a short quiz over the next part of your brain work, which I'm going to show you. So we have 4 sources, and we have 3 analysis sheets. So you're going to use these source analysis sheets to analyze 3 of those sources because I already did the first one. And that's the one you got that's already filled out. So let's look at your documents. So your documents look a little bit different because this is a longer version of these documents, but you have this one, what is the third estate, and that's for you document 19.1, and I shortened a lot of these up a little bit, and then this is the one I analyzed. So this is what your document looks like, and I broke this down. So I read through the document like you're going to do with the other ones, and then I used the chart to explain what's going on. So this guides you through how you want to analyze documents using something we talked about before called HIPPO, or HIPS in this case. So the H stands for historical context, and you want to first look at, well, what's the title of the document, add that, 1789, that was the year it was written, and what's going on at the time this document was created. So you have to think, what's going on at this time? Well, in 1789, this is the early beginnings of the French Revolution. French citizens are upset about the monarchy and the aristocracy, the second and the first estate, especially the third estate, right? We know that. So that's what's going on in 1789. And then broader contexts, bigger ideas, right? Well, this is also during the time of the Enlightenment, especially in Paris, the center of the Enlightenment. American Revolution has just occurred, and ideas are spreading. Feudal system really, for the most part, still dominates society. So that is all information that you bring to the document. Before even reading anything, you know this. So that's going to be fairly similar to the information here for the other documents, giving the time. Okay, and then you get into the actual document. So intended audience, who's meant to read this piece? Well, let's go back to the piece real quick. The key here is the author. Who is this guy? I can tell you from research, I had to do a little outside research on him, which you might have to do on some of the authors. Who was he? Well, Saiz was an upper-class political writer and statesman, so he's a politician. And he's not a member of the Third Estate. He actually represented a small minority of upper-class citizens who defended and believed in the rights of the Third Estate. So that's who he was. And then how does this impact what he writes? Well, it impacts the author's writing because if he's a member of the upper class, he appeals more to the upper class, right? He holds more sway. If you're a member of a basketball team and you're talking about basketball, you have more authority than somebody who's never played basketball. So because he knows the group well, he's going to have more appeal here. And also because he understands the culture and ideas of the upper class, he's able to write in a way the way they'd want to hear it. So this would make him very influential, right? And the Third Estate obviously is going to like it as well. So far I haven't even read any of the document. I'm just using knowledge, outside knowledge, right? Which you can do too. You have that knowledge. And then for the purpose, I have to get into the actual reading of this document. So what this document is about, it says a lot in the start here. What is the Third Estate? Everything. What has it been until now in the political order? Nothing. What does it want to be? Something. So we can assume right away this is about the rights especially the political rights of the third estate. And Saez offering up an explanation of why they deserve political rights. And when you read through it, that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying the third estate participates in all areas of society, and they're necessary in society for production like agriculture and work. So why shouldn't they get political rights like everybody else? So that's his main point. And when I go to the purpose, I'm going to clarify that. So I explain what the document is about in the purpose. And is it meant to make the audience feel something? Yeah. The author wants people to feel bad for the third estate, and then he wants them to get more rights because of it. Right? So read through that on your own, and that's a little more formal answer, but that's basically what he's arguing for. And then this is the most important piece. Point of view. Author. How does class, nationality, so upper class, we know he's upper class. He's a Frenchman. He's a male. Religion. Don't know his religion. How does that affect the way the author presents the topic? I chose to focus on class because he's upper class, yet writes for the people of the lower classes. This implies that he's enlightened and he would be considered a radical. That also means because he's a radical, he'd have a bunch of enemies. People wouldn't like him. So that's going to impact the way he writes. But because he understands the culture and ideas of the upper class, he's able to cater his writing better to what they would want to hear. And then the type of document. How does the type of document affect its purpose and contents? Well, this document's intended to be a public political document read by people of all different levels of society. So that's important to note because he's going to write to all the different levels of society. He's not going to make it a bunch of stuff that nobody can read, but he's going to cater it more to the first and second estate because they don't like the third estate, really. And then reliability and synthesis. So for synthesis, you're going to fill in the blanks here for your analysis. So it says compared to, and you're going to choose an event. So you got to think historically what's going on at this time. Compared to this event, so I chose to compare what's going on at the, sorry, I'm blanking. The estate's general meeting with and Saez and the rest of the members. So I compared Saez to the rest of the members of the National Assembly. And then I compared this document to the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizens. So you just choose an event and a document and compare. And then one sentence summary. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to finish analysis for each of the other documents. So the first document that you have is the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen, or maybe it was this one, the Civil Constitution of the Clergy. It doesn't matter. Whichever one it is, you write the title here, and then on the side here, active reading, all I want you to do is write very short summaries or ideas for each of the sections here. So Article 1, each department shall form a single diocese, and each diocese shall have the same extent and the same limits as a department. So you just write single diocese as a summary. And then read this and write a couple of summary words to help you remember. So you do that for each document. You write the title, you write the date if it's given, and then you start breaking down the document. Historical context, what do you know? Intended audience, what do you know? Who do you think they write for after reading the document? Purpose, what are they trying to achieve? So use the questions to guide you. Point of view, analyze different perspectives and explain. Think about the author. Synthesis, and then a one-sentence summary of the document. Alright? Do your best to get through the 3 documents, all of it, because there's going to be a short quiz over the document basics. I'm just going to test you on, does it seem like you got the general concept of the documents? And if you have any questions, come in at break or before school. Alright? So finish the 3 documents. Answer that analysis question number 1, and that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. I'll be on my email too if you have any questions. Ciao.